Number 3, what is your school mascot? Ooh. Okay, I've tried to look it up online and it's either a cougar or a panther or a mountain lion or a puma or some kind of like wild cat of some kind. Number 8, can you describe your perfect classroom? Yes, I can. My least favorite thing about teaching, the best possible thing you can ever offer your students is you. Be there for them 100%, love them unconditionally, and the rest will fall into place. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm gonna start off this video by apologizing. I know some of you were really worried when I did not have a video go up on Tuesday. I'm so sorry. I did mention in my vlog last week that my video wasn't gonna go up until Wednesday. However, that did not happen either. And again, I'm really sorry, you guys. I had the video all ready to go, but I was waiting on an email and I didn't get the email in time, so I couldn't have the video go live. Again, I do apologize, but I decided to make up for it by filming a video so you guys would definitely have one on Thursday. Now it is like 10:30 something at night, almost 11 o'clock, and I'm filming, so this is going to be a really like laid back video. I'm currently wearing sweatpants, so I apologize. This isn't gonna be a super fancy video. It's not gonna be a super long video, but I felt guilty not having a video up for you guys. I know that this is not gonna be a long video because my phone is dying and I need my phone to be able to do this video, so I'm gonna have to hurry up. I'm a little bit late to the party on this one because I'm gonna be doing the teaching tag, or is it teacher tag? I think it's teaching tag, maybe? I think it's a teaching tag that Jen from Genuine Teaching and Charlotte from Apples and Tiaras started back in like December, and I never had time to do it, but currently I have plenty of time and I'm not prepared for any other video. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer the questions that they provided in the tag. I will have the link to their original video in the description box along with the questions in case you want to do it as well. So it looks like there are 10 questions that I'm gonna be answering about teaching. Number 1, how long have you been teaching? What grades have you taught? Tell us a little about your background, education, internship, etc. For how long I've been teaching, I have completed 3 full years and I'm about to start my 4th year of teaching. For the grades that I've taught, my first 3 years were all in 2nd grade and we are self-contained, so I taught all of the subject areas. And now for my 4th year, must be good luck, I'm gonna be teaching 4th grade, but I'm only gonna be teaching math, science, and social studies. For my background in terms of education, I majored in elementary education in college and I did minor in mathematics, and I am currently pursuing my master's degree in applied technology in education. As for my internship, I'm not going to go into it in depth. I do have a full video on my student teaching. I'll link that for you guys down in the description box if you haven't already seen it. But the short story is I interned in both 5th grade and 1st grade. We had to do a 100-day internship where you were in the classroom all day long, just like the teacher. You did 20 days in the fall and then you did 80 full days in the spring. Then I got my first teaching job that fall. After my student teaching, I was only 20, I was a baby, and a lot of people have asked me how I was able to graduate college in 3 years. I went into college with 20 credits from AP classes in high school, so that took out like an entire semester. And then I did take several classes in the summer, plus I did have like really heavy course loads each semester, and that took off an entire year. Number 2, what grade do you currently teach? Where do you teach? For the grade, again, I'm gonna be teaching 4th grade, just math, science, and social studies. There will be another teacher that teaches reading and we will switch. At least I think that's what's gonna happen. And what was the other question? Where do you teach? I am teaching in Crofton, Maryland, which is part of Anne Arundel County Public Schools. And previously when I was teaching 2nd grade, I was teaching in Salisbury, Maryland, which was Wycomico County Public Schools. It was on like the eastern shore, kind of close to the beach, and then now I'm on the western shore of Maryland. Number 3, what is your school mascot? Ooh. Previously, when I was in Salisbury, our mascot was a panda. We were the Pepperton Pandas. And then now, I don't know. Okay, I've tried to look it up online and it's either a cougar or a panther or a mountain lion or a puma or some kind of like wild cat of some kind. I will update you guys when I know for sure. Number 4, how many students are in your class this year? Well, currently it is summertime, so I have no idea. Here, we don't start school until after Labor Day, so the students will start on September 5th, so I have no idea about my class size this year. However, last school year, I started with 22 students and then I ended with 23. That was pretty much the average over those 3 years. I usually had around 23 students. Number 5, I like this one. What is your ideal class size? Wouldn't it be amazing if teachers were given the opportunity to pick their class size? I feel like that would solve like at least 10% of my problems as a teacher. Okay, definitely an even number. It has to be an even number. I'm not like super picky with it. I hate having odd numbers. It just makes it really difficult when you're trying to group students. Unless it's a multiple of 5, that's a different story. If I had to pick a specific number, I would probably say 20. I feel like that's a really good group. Like you can do partners, you can have them in 4 groups of 5 or 5 groups of 4, and I just feel like there's a lot of options. However, I will say that at one point, my second year of teaching, I lost like a ridiculous number of students. They all just kept moving and they were like dropping like flies. Every time I turned around, I was losing another student. And I started the year with 23, and at one point I only had 16 students, and I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing. However, I realized that's probably never gonna happen again, but I loved it while I had it. It was just such a small group and they all got along. I loved it. So 16 is fantastic, but I know it's not realistic, so I would probably say 20. Any teachers out there who have more than like 25 students at a time, I think that's insane. I feel so bad for you. I have never had more than 24 students at a time, and I don't think I could handle any more than that if we're being completely honest. You are already extremely outnumbered as a teacher, and then when you have even more students, like it only gets scarier. Number 6, what is your favorite drink at Starbucks? This is hard because I don't really go to Starbucks. You guys know I'm a diehard Dunkin' Donuts girl. Don't get me wrong, I love the way Starbucks tastes. If I'm gonna be completely honest, it does taste better than Dunkin' Donuts. However, Dunkin' Donuts fits my budget much better considering I get it pretty much every day. Honestly, I did not go to Starbucks for years. I didn't actually start going somewhat frequently until recently because it always really intimidated me. I feel like they just have so many like complicated things, and they have things that aren't on the menu, and it just, I don't know, I don't like it. I love going into Dunkin' Donuts. I know exactly what I want. Medium iced coffee with French vanilla swirl and cream, and I'm good to go. However, like I said, I do really like the way Starbucks tastes. I can't even lie, it's really good. So when I do go, I most of the time get like a vanilla latte or a caramel latte. Most of the time vanilla though. I'm pretty simple. I don't really like fancy things. A latte, I'm good to go. I also really like macchiatos there. Recently I had like an almond milk macchiato or something, coconut milk, I don't know, but it was good, whatever it was. I also really like pink drinks at Starbucks, and I know that probably makes me sound so basic. I don't care. They're good, they're refreshing, and I like them. Basically anything venti. Like as long as it's a venti, we're good to go. Number 7, what is your favorite online resource? I should have read these ahead of time so I could think of an answer. Oh, online resource. Obviously something from TPT. Now, what is the question? Because I've spent thousands of dollars on TPT and I bought a lot of stuff. So if I had to pick a favorite, I don't know. I feel guilty because I feel like I should be picking something for 4th grade because that's what I'm teaching now, but I don't really know a lot of 4th grade resources yet. So I'm gonna think back to my 2nd grade days because that was my life for so long. Rooted and reading. I always have people comment because they don't know what I'm saying. So rooted in reading, rooted ROOTED in reading. It is a reading curriculum created by Ho King and Amy Lemons, and it is life-changing if you are a 2nd grade teacher. I personally hated the reading curriculum that I had in my old county. I hate to say it, but honestly, I did. It was just old, it wasn't relevant to my students, and it was not engaging for them at all. Essentially, in a nutshell, Rooted in Reading is a reading curriculum. It's organized by the month, and each month has 4 books, so essentially a book a week that you would read as a read aloud with your students. Then each week and book has a reading skill focus, so it has posters and activities, it has vocabulary, it has grammar, it has everything you guys would need for whole group reading. It is not something you would really want to use in small group. The point is you would just get one of the book, read it aloud as a whole group lesson. That's kind of what it's meant for, but I absolutely loved it. I love that it was all ready to go. You just had to print it off, prep it, and you were good for the entire year. I started using Rooted in Reading my 2nd year of teaching. That's when they started to come out with it, and they were coming out with it month by month. So I was purchasing them month by month and prepping them, but I just loved how it had everything ready to go for me. Plus in November, we actually have American Education Week, which if you are not familiar with that, consider yourself lucky because in the county that I was in before, it was a huge deal. Essentially, it was an entire week where parents come in and they sit in your classroom and they watch all day, every day. It was horrible. I understand the purpose to like get them involved in the child's education, but as a teacher, like it's terrifying just because it made me really nervous, but I started using it that week because I knew it was going to be something that really engaged my students. If you have never heard of Rooted in Reading and you've never tried it in your classroom and you teach 2nd grade or 3rd grade, because they're actually working on a 3rd grade curriculum, highly recommend it. I will link you guys to the 2nd grade one down in the description box, and then from there you guys can find the 3rd grade one. Number 8, can you describe your perfect classroom? Yes, I can. Spacious, number 1. A lot of space, that my students are not on top of each other and they have room to spread out when they're working. I definitely would love to have a big classroom. I also would love a classroom that had a stage, just like a small little stage up front by the whiteboard. That way I can stand on it when I need to get my students' attention and I can have them stand on it when they're doing presentations. I also would love a classroom that had a door that went directly outside. Although I can understand why it would be a safety issue, I just think it would be great. I love to have my students go outside to get work done, and I would love to have easy access to outside. What else? I literally could go on about this for like an hour. I also want lots of shelving, lots of storage, lots of places to put things away and organize stuff. I know this is gonna sound silly to you guys, but I would love for my classroom to have a black filing cabinet. I have only ever had the like really ugly creamish grayish colored filing cabinets and I hate them, so I would love a black filing cabinet. Actually, the Goodwill that is near me has a bunch of filing cabinets and I think I'm gonna go get one so I can spray paint it black so I can make my dream come true. And just overall bright. I love for my classroom to be bright, and I know I just talked about like a black filing cabinet, but I love having black and then having bright colors because it makes the bright colors stick out even more. So just lots of lamps and pillows and rugs and colorful posters and just overall just bright colors and lots of windows. I love natural light in my classroom. And there's a bonus with this one. It also says, can you describe your perfect school? My perfect school would just be like one big family. And I know that sounds really cheesy, but I would just love for all the students to get along and love each other and support each other, all of the teachers and staff to get along and love each other and support each other, and have the teachers put in extra time and recognize other people when they're putting in extra time and just make everyone feel appreciated, make everyone feel like they are welcome there and it's where they're supposed to be. Honestly, just a positive environment where no one's complaining. Everyone who is there wants to be there. They love their job and every single day they come in with a smile on their face. Number 9, what is your favorite / least favorite part about teaching? This one could get me in trouble. Okay, my favorite part of teaching definitely is student growth. Seeing how much they grow from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, not only academically, but just as little people. I love to see their personalities develop. I love to see them develop kindness, and I love to see them develop friendships, and I love to see them just overall become better people when they leave my classroom than when they entered it. And some of you are probably gonna think I'm crazy, but I actually love grading. I mean, I don't like the act of grading, but there's something about it that's just so cliche teacher-like to me that I dreamed of doing as a little kid. I could not wait to grade papers. I could not wait to have colored markers and stickers. So there is a part of me that actually loves that. I know most people hate grading. I hate entering it into the grade book, but I like the actual grading part. My least favorite thing about teaching, I would just say data. I love data because I do love to see student growth, but at the same time, I really hate data. I feel like it just really limits students to be a number, and they are so much more than that. And I'm sorry, but a test score could never, ever represent a student's full potential. I guess my least favorite thing about teaching is just the emphasis on testing and on scores, because honestly, my students have so many more important things to learn than what's ever gonna be on a test, and I care more about them becoming good people and good citizens than I do about them passing a test. Don't get me wrong, the information that is tested is important. I'm not saying that it's not important, but at the same time, a student can do poorly on a test, and that does not limit their potential, that does not limit their talent, that does not limit who they are as a person. I could rant about this for a long time, so I'm just gonna stop. Number 10, this is the last one. What is some advice that you would give to a beginning teacher, someone who is thinking about going into teaching, or someone who is already teaching? This is gonna sound so cliche, but my number one piece of advice for new teachers or teachers who are going into teaching, or even teachers who are currently teaching, is that the best possible thing you can ever offer your students is you. Be there for them 100%, love them unconditionally, and the rest will fall into place. Don't get me wrong, your beautiful classroom decorations and your fancy lessons that you spend hours creating and your pretty anchor charts, those are all important and those all do help your students. Those are the icing on the cake. However, the most important thing that you can do as a teacher is build relationships with your students. Let them know that they are special. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you care about them. Let them know that you believe in them. There's a quote that I love by Rita Pearson: kids don't learn from people they don't like, and that is 100% true. And that doesn't mean you always have to be the fun teacher. Trust trust me, you won't be. You have to set boundaries, you have to be hard on them sometimes, but at the end of the day, if they know you love them and they know that you believe in them, they will learn and they will grow. If you ever have the option between staying in your room and grading and cleaning and collecting data, or going to one of your students' sporting events like a basketball game or a football game, I don't care how behind you are on your grading, go to their game. Forming relationships with your students, loving them and supporting them is by far the best way you can ever teach them. Also, don't look at Pinterest perfect classrooms on social media and get discouraged. Your classroom's not gonna look like that your first year, just get over it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though it's like several months late. If you did enjoy it and something I said resonated with you, please give the video a thumbs up. That really helps me out, it helps my channel out, and it helps this video to be able to reach more teachers. Here soon, I will be having a video coming out with some like teacher outfit ideas, because you guys have been asking me for that for a really long time. So I'm gonna go shopping, I'm gonna put together some outfits, and I will make sure I show you guys in a video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you don't miss any future videos. As always, thank you for watching. I love you all so much. Don't forget to think positive, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of this video and for supporting my YouTube channel. If you want to check out any of my older videos, you can use the 2 links right down here. If you want to subscribe to me so you don't miss any future videos, you can use the link right up here. The links to all of my social media sites and my Teachers Pay Teacher store are down in the description box for you, and I will catch you guys in the next one.